Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the battle that's happening inside your brain. Yeah, the one that pretty much determines how you think, how you feel, and what you do. We're going to uncover why your brain can sometimes feel like it's your own worst enemy, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself saying something in the heat of the moment that you just instantly regret? Or, maybe you've tried to stop a worry from completely spiraling out of control, even when you know, logically, that it's irrational. Yeah, if any of that sounds familiar, it's because there's a real fundamental conflict happening inside your head. Long before we had the internet or social media, the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer was already warning us that something in our nature makes us, well, really vulnerable. He saw just how easily shallow, dumbed-down ideas could grab a huge audience. And he was pointing to this flaw in our thinking that is, frankly, even more relevant today.
And that really brings us to the modern thinking crisis. Thinkers and philosophers have been sounding the alarm for centuries. But today's technology? It's put the whole thing into hyperdrive, and it's targeting the very way our brains are wired.
It's a pretty startling trend when you look at it. I mean, studies are showing that even highly educated people are struggling with really basic logic. We're being conditioned by this endless scrolling, by these echo chambers that just feed us what we already believe, and by an environment that rewards skimming the surface instead of deep, critical thinking.
Now, here's what's really fascinating. The root of why we're so vulnerable to all this, it isn't just external. To really understand it, we have to look inward at a constant battle for control that's happening inside our own minds. And to help us get a handle on this inner conflict, we can use this really powerful model called the Chimp Paradox. It basically says our mind is made up of three distinct parts. You have the logical human, the emotional chimp, and the computer, which is like a hard drive that stores all our habits and beliefs. So let's focus on the two main players here. On one side, you've got the human, and that's you. That's the logical part of your brain that operates on facts and truth. But on the other side, you've got the chimp, this emotional machine that's totally driven by primal instinct. And here's the crucial part. The chimp is about 5 times stronger than your human. See, the chimp always gets the information first. So before your rational human brain can even process the facts, your chimp has already jumped to an opinion based entirely on feeling. It thinks in black and white extremes, it can be pretty paranoid, and it loves to catastrophize. This emotional thinking is exactly why we can get hijacked by feelings of anger or anxiety before we've even had a chance to think things through logically. So where on earth did this powerful, impulsive chimp come from? Well, to really understand its influence on us, we have to realize it's not just a cute metaphor. It's a very real part of our evolutionary history, one that goes back millions and millions of years.
That's right, your chimp is a real piece of your brain's anatomy. It's your limbic system, a primal part that evolved for one purpose and one purpose only, to make sure our ancestors survived. Its entire agenda is to keep you safe and ensure the next generation, and it does that using these incredibly powerful instincts like fight, flight, or freeze, all of which were absolutely essential for staying alive in the jungle. And this is such a key distinction to make. We didn't evolve from the apes we see today. We're more like cousins. Millions of years ago, the lineage of a common ancestor split. One branch led to modern apes, who became absolute masters of the forest. The other branch led to us, as we adapted to open plains and developed a whole different set of tools for survival. Both paths were equally successful, just different. Our chimp is a relic of that deep, shared past. So what do we do about it? Well, here's the deal. You're not responsible for the nature of your chimp. It is what it is, but you are responsible for managing it. And since you can't control it directly, you have to learn to work with it. The whole management process really boils down to 3 steps. First, you have to identify when the chimp has taken over. Just ask yourself, do I want this feeling? If the answer is no, your chimp is probably in charge. Second, you have to exercise the chimp. Let it vent its emotions, but in a safe place, away from other people. And finally, you have to nurture it. Listen to its fears, reassure it with facts, and sometimes you just gotta offer a simple reward, a banana, to coax it in the right direction. Now, remember that third part of the brain? The computer? This is where all your habits and beliefs are stored, and they run on automatic programs. Now, these programs can be helpful autopilots, like automatically assuming someone who snapped at you is just having a bad day, or they can be destructive gremlins, these automatic negative beliefs that your chimp planted, like, this person definitely hates me. Okay, so this is where it all comes together. By actively managing our inner chimp and by intentionally reprogramming our computer, we can actually start to rebuild the critical thinking skills that are so vital for navigating our crazy complex world. This is your game plan. This is how you fight back. You have to intentionally cultivate habits that strengthen your human side. Reading deeply gives your human the facts it needs to calm the chimp's paranoia. Learning to spot flawed arguments helps your human intercept the chimp's black and white thinking. But honestly, the most critical part is the inner work, finding those destructive gremlins your chimp installed in your computer and consciously, deliberately replacing them with rational, helpful autopilots. So in the end, it really all comes down to this choice. Your inner chimp is an ancient survival machine. It's powerful, it's emotional. Your human is logical, thoughtful, and wise. Both are a part of you. The question isn't how to get rid of the chimp, it's who you're going to choose to put in the driver's seat.